What's going on, everybody? It is Triple Crown 24 back at you again today with a 4-spot TTM recap episode. 1 Bowman draft return and then 3 spring training returns. I forgot to cross off the addresses, so I'll just have to show the back of the envelopes. Pretty good batch of players today. They're all current players or prospects, so always exciting to get those back in. As always, if you enjoy it, let me know what you think in the comments down below. And you can also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Appreciate all your support. Let's get into the action. So this first one up, I can't show it on camera, but this one is postmarked from Valentine's Day, and then it took 2.5 weeks after it was postmarked to get to me. It popped up on informed delivery several times over like a 2-week span, and then it never got here. Eventually, it found its way in, so it took a little bit longer. It probably took like 2.5 weeks longer than it should have to get back in, but nonetheless, it is here and it is safe, and it came out really well, so very happy with that. 1 of 1 in 69 days from the number, I want to say 5 pick in the 2018 MLB draft, Jonathan India. So I am really late to the party on this one because I know that everyone else has shown off their India returns. Quite a few people got him back. He must have signed all his stuff before he left for spring training. I personally did not see him during spring training. I don't know if he was invited to Major League Camp or not, but potential third baseman in the future. I know the Reds kind of have a bit of a logjam with Suarez locked up long term. They also have Peraza for a few more years for sure. And then, there's also Nick Senzel as a natural position is third base. So we'll see if India sticks in the Red system or maybe he is moved at some point for pitching. But very good hitter. A lot of hype around him. Of course, when you're taking him in the top 5 picks in the draft, there's going to be a lot of hype, a lot of believers. Third position player selected, or fourth one, excuse me. It was Joey Bart, Alec Baum, and Nick Madrigal selected ahead of him, but we'll see how he pans out. Always like to get the Bowman draft guys. You never know when you might have the next superstar, waiting in your collection, so happy to add that one in. This next one coming in from Phoenix, Arizona. In fact, all 3 of these are coming in from Phoenix. I've had a lot more success with these than I have the Florida one so far. This is a guy a lot of people have gotten back. Didn't sign it in the best marker, but really cool guy. Unfortunately, the top corner got bent on this one, but it is 1 of 1 coming back in 20 days from Mariners camp. That is Justin Dunn. Part of the Robinson Cano Edwin Diaz trade back in the off season. And he signed a little bit over his name here, but he says to JT, God bless and thanks for the support. I found it kind of interesting that his note was written in like really good marker here. He has phenomenal handwriting, but then like the signature was in a Sharpie that isn't quite as good. I know a lot of people got him back, and like some of the Sharpies and the Chrome cards did not mix very well. So I'm very happy with how mine turned out, and I always appreciate when they take the time to add in like an extra message like that. So really cool. He has really good handwriting. Like, look at that. That's much better than my handwriting. And you can see the top corner here bent. That happens quite frequently. But I can just slide it in a top loader and put a sleeve on it, and it will be perfectly fine. And it's going in my collection anyway, so not a big deal. So thank you to Justin Dunn for signing that. I think he's going to be really good. The Mariners are usually pretty good with their pitching prospects, so we will see how it turns out. But he's one of the biggest centerpieces in the return for Cano, along with Jared Kelenic, who was selected, I believe, 6th overall by the Mets in the draft. All right, next one up. This is from Indians camp. I sent off, I believe, 4 or 5 requests to the Indians last year for spring training. Only sent off 1 this year, and it was to a guy who a lot of people think is going to have a really big season, and that would be Shane Bieber on the 2019 Topps Future Stars. This is a really good-looking card. I like how it came out, signed in black. He also signed my rookie of him from the 2018 Topps Update Series. Last year, Mike Clevenger was a big breakout guy in the Indians rotation. They have a lot of good pitching with Kluber, Carrasco, who has recently extended, Trevor Bauer, and Mike Clevenger, so he figures to be the guy who will round out the rotation. Bieber's really solid. The Indians' rotation is pretty stacked, and the AL Central is kind of weak, so I think that he'll definitely, hopefully, get some shots to pitch in the postseason this year and kind of be a hero for them, but we'll see. really cool return from a guy who definitely has a very bright future ahead of himself. So 2 of 2 from Shane Bieber. Thank you to Shane for signing. So 1 of 1 on Indians camp this year. I think I was like 2 of 5 last year, so not didn't always hit with the Indians last year. And then this last one today, also coming in from the Goodyear complex, but it is from the other team that's there, the Cincinnati Reds. This guy is a pretty good signer. I've seen a lot of people get him back this spring as well. Unfortunately, one of the cards got a little dinged on the corner, but not a huge deal. And a very familiar sight here. It's a 2 of 2 from Sal Romano. And of course, going back to my old tricks of the 2018 Heritage High number, along with the 2018 Topps update. This was a guy who I knew for sure I was going to send off to this year. I've seen Sal pitch a few times, and he's all right. He's not, like an ace by any means, but he's pretty good innings eater for the Reds. He's had some pretty good starts. Really took off in the second half of the year. He pitched pretty well, so we will see how he does in 2019. I think he definitely is one of the better guys in the Reds rotation right now. Of course, they've added in Roark, Wood, and Sonny Gray, so the Reds rotation might get a big boost this year. We'll see. Those guys are all kind of, we'll see which way they go. And Cincinnati, definitely a hitter-friendly park as well, but Sal definitely holds his own against some of the competition. So 2 of 2 from Sal Romano. That'll do it for me today, guys, and I have all caught up on my stuff here, so appreciate it. I will be back with some new returns pretty soon. Thank you for watching today's episode, and I'll see you next time. Have yourselves a good one.